Hey everybody, this is Ahmed, and today we want to talk about categories of tools that you absolutely need to ace and master as part of your project management and consulting career. The first category of tools is communications. This is the one that is most well used among our day-to-day outside of project management and within project management. There are two buckets within communication. First one is formal communication and idea exchange, and the second one is the informal one. From a formal communication perspective, as you all have guessed, email comes front and center. This is well documented, serves for multiple purposes, and the tool that is best used to exchange written communications in email is Outlook. It integrates within your calendar. It enables you to utilize the multiple features within Outlook. If you have questions about Outlook features, make sure to drop a comment down below and we can address it in future videos. Also, as part of formal communications comes meetings. Similar to exchanging emails, Outlook comes front and center in order to schedule your meetings, whether virtual or in person. If it is virtual, then the top contenders to schedule a virtual meeting would be Microsoft Teams or potentially Zoom. Depending on your client and what tools they currently utilize, you can pick between both. They're pretty comparable. The second category of tools is informal communications. Informal communications is the typical Slack or a typical ping that you send for your client in order to acquire data or just validate a quick question that you have. It typically doesn't require documentation and also, it typically is engaged with a client the same level as you within the organizational structure. The typical contenders, again, similar to formal communication, are Teams, if your client is a Microsoft shop, or it could be Slack. And also, there are multiple other tools that you can utilize. One of them that is up and coming is texting. You just send a text to your client and validate the information that you need. The second category of tools that you need to absolutely acknowledge and master as a project manager or consultant in your project is task management. It is your ability to translate the project scope into milestones and tasks and visualize that for your team in order to be on track for achievement and completion as well. For task management, it depends on your end stakeholder. If your project is business stakeholder heavy, the typical ones that we utilize, first, the good old custom PowerPoint type tracker that you've built in the past, you aligned with your tracker, you tweaked it in order to have the main features and the main data points that are essential to keep your project on track. The second bundle of tools for task management are the ones that come with pre-built capabilities such as Trello, such as Asana, and few others as well of the like. These type of capabilities enable you to sequence your milestones and also enable the handoff of owner that comes with notifications. It streamlines your project management overall and provide that end-to-end visibility to your entire team. Now, if you do use one of these tools, typically that information needs to be bubbled up and translated into some sort of a custom tracker within PowerPoint in order to conduct your leadership connects as part of the ongoing governance cadences that we also referenced in our previous video. Now, for the second bundle of stakeholders that you can have, which are the technical IT stakeholders. Depending on the scope of your project, typically an application like Jira or the like will be the ideal choice for you since it enables you to track your project execution of detail that resonates with your technical stakeholders, which are your user stories, epics, and the like. The next category of applications that are extremely useful for project managers or consultants of the like will be the ones related to data analysis. This is important if you or your team is conducting analysis across sales, service, and marketing. The examples of that will be Python or Alteryx. These are important if you're conducting large data set analysis. Think of millions of data rows that you will need to conduct. An example of that is pricing analysis for a retail client. Adjacent to data analysis comes the data visualization. The typical applications that you utilize for data visualization will be Tableau on one hand versus Power BI on the other hand. Both of them offer similar capabilities and features. The only nuance you'll need to consider when making a decision is what type of applications does your client have? Are they a Microsoft shop? If so, you go to Power BI. If you are doing, going back to our example related to pricing analysis, if your client has a CRM of Salesforce, then probably Tableau will be your best use. The next category of tools that you'll need to keep in mind are the ones related to collaboration. It does go in hand with task management as well as communication categories, but it is unique. When it comes to collaboration, it is the ability of the team to swarm together and co-produce some sort of a thought capital or a document or collaboration on a document. The typical applications that you utilize for collaboration could be SharePoint, or it could be Teams within Microsoft, which also utilizes some features of SharePoint, or it could be Google Documents. Again, going back to the context of what is currently used within your client's ecosystem. The next category of applications is related to my techno-functional project managers and consultants. If your case or projects includes process design, the typical contenders for process design tend to be first, your Microsoft PowerPoint. If you are engaging with creating a business process design, and also Visio is a solid choice. Now, moving on from business process design to technical process design, think of your technical infrastructure. Think of your technical architecture. Think of your data flow architecture in order to visualize and conduct your as-is future state assessment of your technical architecture. You will need applications like Visio, or you can also use Lucidchart or the likes, which will accelerate your delivery on the case since they have a solid and strong library that can act as an accelerator to your delivery. The next category, which is probably one of my favorite, are the ones related to design thinking. This is particularly interesting and relevant to the project managers and the consultants that are doing future state type assessments, North Star type of vision, these kind of activities. For those, you typically use Miro and Mural. They're comparable when it comes to features. It's particularly useful if you want to ideate user journeys, if you want to do pain point affinity clustering, and think of it as your sticky notes moving on a whiteboard, which is extremely powerful as part of a workshop, both to increase engagement of your stakeholders and also get the thought and contribution that you need from your stakeholders. I hope you enjoyed this video. As a reminder, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and comment down below for any new content that you'd like to see in the next videos. Thank you and see you next time.